The AI slop has been infiltrating Etsy. First up, we have this page called Epic Craft Mockups from Colorado Springs, where they have 2,211 items. So they sell mockups, which you can basically add a design on top of some existing person wearing a shirt so that you can sell your items. And I don't know, when you scroll through this, these all look like AI people. So we got this guy. It's listed Bella Canvas 3001 Mockup Oktoberfest white t-shirt German man outdoors t-shirt fall mockup. Was this their like AI prompt? And oh boy, this is most definitely giving AI. We got a guy who is wearing a white shirt and this says, "Your design here." He's standing in some greenery with some rolling mountains in the back, and what is he wearing? The suspender strap on the right side doesn't match the suspender strap on the left side. Interestingly, he has upper arm hair only on his right arm, and the strap is like warping. And then not to even look at his belt. The left suspender isn't connected to his belt and the right suspender is melting into his shirt. And then what is happening with that belt buckle? We have this woman, blonde hair, cargo shorts, also standing in front of a lot of nature. And ooh, the hand is doing the finger thing. There is a really big gap between her thumb and where the rest of her hands are. I don't know. Is that normal? I guess it's normal. Never mind. Oh, no. Like, she's got like a lobster hand because look at her hand against her neck, right? Her thumb padding looks super long compared to the rest of her hands. And then the fingers are, ooh, they're doing something. And not to mention, she has like flyaway strands of hair coming out of her right ear. Oh, sweet. They gave her like a knockoff Apple Watch. Also, what is this like white glowing light coming from between her body and her arm? Like that's literally not possible. We have this man standing in what looks like a cafe. These are some really interesting tattoos he's got. What looks like a whole bunch of flowers, but then I don't know what this thing on the bottom is. I would love to see your comments as to what your guess as to this thing is. It looks like a really wonky looking protractor. Or like a clock, because there's like hands and there's numbers. We have this woman, and she looks most definitely AI. Photoshop to the high heavens. What is happening with the earring? And the back of the necklace, like it's like knotted, but then there's like a thing here. Not to mention how smoothly the hairline connects to the face, like the skin. Not a single baby hair, not a single flyaway coming from the side. And of course, that same page also sells custom anime portrait from photo. And need I say more about how AI these portraits are? I always just feel super bad because like people who aren't artists are gonna go to these pages and they're gonna be like, wow, we can get like a custom portrait for something that's really cheap made by a real artist. And the artist name is Midjourney. This page also sells clip art bundles. So here's a 100 animal pastels SVG bundle PNG watercolor clip art. And like people would buy these to get the rights to use these clip arts in things they sell like graphics, logos, whatever, not knowing it is AI generated. Let's play I Spy. How many wonky things do you see with this art? How about our fox that has two tails? Or our kangaroo whose left foot became a really long tail? Either that or they're sitting on their tail, and that's a weird choice to make for children looking clip art. We have a mouse that's missing the white of its eye in the left eye, so it just looks a little bit possessed. We also have this dog, who also has two tails. Or two legs going out like this. He's going yippee. Or what about this sloth, who is doing who knows what with the branch? Next up, we have Solink Studio Art. 600 sales in the past 5 months on Etsy. And one look at the banner, you can already clock this is AI from a mile away. What do you mean you can do custom Disney-inspired couple portraits? And it's only $6. Absolutely way too good to be true. And 24-hour turnaround. Either you got a bunch of artists in your basement slaving away nonstop, or this is Gen AI. Also, just look at the kissing mouth. Like, he's like... Next up, we have Pokey Custom Crafts based in the United Kingdom with 716 sales. Oh, not my Pokemon. So this is wild to me, by the way. They have the audacity. $41.60 is the cheapest you can get this. And look at this. It's all Gen AI. You got like a poorly added Squirtle on the leg of the dad. Like Squirtle's missing his tail. Here we have a dad and his baby, an entire family in a Dragonite, a baby riding a Dragonite with a very demented looking Dragonite on the poor baby's hoodie. Oh, like look at this. These poor people are getting robbed. There was a story that I told on my YouTube channel a while back. If I remember, I'll add the video in the comment section. But I believe it was her fiance that purchased a custom Pokemon card to celebrate. No, it was her husband, and they got married, and he purchased a custom Pokemon card as a gift. She was really excited. She posted about it on Twitter, and then everyone was like dogging on her for like, how dare you generate AI works? Like, you horrible person. Like, of course, I agree. Please don't go out of your way to generate AI works, okay? If you know that it's bad. But her husband got scammed. She didn't even buy the card, it was her husband. But two, they both got scammed because they didn't know, right? Like, I don't fault at all the person who purchased it if they had no idea. Like, these sellers purposely use deceptive language to fool you. Create the ultimate custom Pokemon card, including your favorite Pokemon and character. Designed with care by our small family business, each magnet card is lovingly handmade to ensure exceptional quality and attention to detail. Right? Like somebody who isn't an artist, who doesn't know how to spot AI work, will look at it and they're gonna read it and they're gonna be like, yeah, they said it was handmade, so I'm good. Also, I'm surprised that they're able to operate on Etsy like this because Pokemon is brutal with their takedowns. So advertising it as Pokemon is crazy. Next up, we have a studio from Indonesia who's been operating for a year on Etsy called Hope Attic Studio. Oh, and forgot to add, don't send hate to any parties involved. This is just for awareness for you to learn how to spot AI works. Don't go harass people about it. This one is interesting because it's kind of in a way like other studios that I've covered on my page before, where because it's a studio, it looks like a mix of like legitimate work plus some stuff that's AI. Like they offer custom 3D V-Roy models, which looks pretty legit to me. And then they'll have stuff like this, a $5 custom PNG tuber character. And then you look at some of the details like the necklace, also whatever's happening in the chest area here. There's like warping here, a strand of hair that kind of looks like a cut in the neck, hair clips that are really crunchy for hair clips. This character, the pigtail details don't add up. This one looks like it's supposed to be a flower and a bow, and then on this side, it looks like it's supposed to be ruffles. We have, once again, a hair clip with details that don't add up, hair that then connects into the ear, artifacts left on the chest, and the shirt doesn't match up. The collar on the left doesn't match what's going on the right. There's like no collar on the right side. And the shirt has like 2 seams. Another character with like funky detailing happening with like the neck area. I just always find these ones really odd because it's like you have work that looks very legitimate and then stuff that looks very generated. It's probably a studio that has artists under the studio and maybe one deceptive artist like snuck their way through. But the same page offers things like this, you know, Happy Valentine's Day, $10 custom couple portrait. And then once again, the couple portraits are having elements that look very suspicious. On her scarf, the hair is turning pink, but it's not like an ombre pink. It's like it accidentally turned pink because it used the color of the sweater. And it's doing the looping in, out, and there's what looks like a finger coming out of her neck. This character also has the same looping issue with the hair as well. Eyes with like 1, 2, 3, 4 eyelids. And then this one, if you just look at the knit detail on the sleeves, it's very odd. And she has a dress with heart prints, but they look like artifacts. These are looking very generated to me personally. Now we have this other seller, Pookie Chips from Japan. This banner is already looking very AI generated. There's a hand holding a stylus, but the stylus is like cutting into the knit sleeve. And they're drawing on a tablet with a bat that's missing legs with stars that don't look like stars. And this page sells a myriad of things that are like Twitch related. So they have this $3.50 VTuber bundle pack. I think it's interesting it's advertised as a VTuber because it's not. It's a PNG tuber. But the model has a whole bunch of expressions. And if we zoom in on the model, the cross under the eye is all wonky and warped. The lacing on the chest bustier, odd. There's like a zigzag over here, and I don't know what the zigzag is supposed to be. And then she has a chain that links to something on her stomach. Her hair strands like go into the strap on her arm and come back out. Or is that like a wing? And then this page also has Twitch overlays like this cozy room one. This one is either generated or AI assisted. Couple of elements that look just odd to me. Well, the headboard is like melting. There's a lump on the bed. What is that lump? There's also moss growing out of the second pillow. The clock on the shelf has 3 hands instead of 2. And the keyboard, the keys are very, very wonky. This is another one, Twitch overlay Halloween pack. This is also AI generated or at least AI assisted. Look at the jack-o'-lanterns on the desk. This one has no eyes. This one has half a mouth. This one has only eyes, and this one has 1 eyeball. This is a bunny on the desk that's melting. There is a lamp, and the lamp has no floor. Like, it doesn't stand on the ground. It also doesn't stand on the table either. And the lamp has no bulb. The jack-o'-lanterns on the shelf are also melting, not to mention the fact the shelf tables or layers of the shelf are not even. We also have bats that conveniently melt into the folds of the curtain, and details on the wall like these doodles that don't make sense. And we have this page, PNG VTubers from Auckland, New Zealand. What looks to be the most blatant AI pieces. Here, for 29 cents, you get a PNG tuber with 5 emotions. She's got a freakishly long thumb, which I just think is funny. Then we have this girl with interestingly mismatched clothing details on the sides and the neck area. Yeah, I don't know if I need to keep saying more on these ones, to be honest. We have this girl. Where is the hair going? And then she's also got a bald spot, like, right behind her ear right here. And I just think it's interesting because the commenters are saying, "I wish it wasn't AI. Only good thing about these models, I got a few all at once. The instructions were pretty clear, but using AI is not okay for this type of thing. And here is the shoe, and oh lord, earring is melting into the ear." And I mean, the nail in the coffin, if you open up the description, it says, "Feel free to edit or use however you desire. No reselling, ownership is not exclusive. The creation was crafted with Photoshop and a sprinkle of AI ingenuity." So I mean, at least this account disclosed it, but all the way at the bottom conveniently where people don't really read down to. So yeah, it sucks. When it comes to purchasing things on Etsy, even more so now, just do your due diligence, be careful. If something seems too good to be true in terms of pricing, probably is. And it just sucks because there's these sellers who will literally write like handmade, like the Pokemon one, and it just freaking isn't. They're just deceptive about their practices and it scams people who are trying to buy legitimate work from artists. So anyways, what are your thoughts about this whole thing? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Check me out on Etsy. I guess this is a bad time for me to tell you that I have an Etsy, but I sell digital art there for streamers and creators and stuff like that. I started making them in like 2021 before Gen AI was a thing, so yeah. I also have a coffee with free resources for streamers and creators, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Your girl's also going on vacation to Singapore, Japan, and China. Gotta visit my grandparents. Long story short, I had a Chinese visa and I lost my passport in Italy, so then I had to re-get my visa. It took a long time, so now I'm finally being able to go back to visit my grandparents, so yippee! So anyways, I'll be gone for 3 weeks for that, so I'll tell you guys all about it when I get back. If you like this video, I hope to catch you guys in another one. Peace.